But I think the biggest thing hosting asks for people is just being humans. My name is Selena and I've been in Derby about 10 years now. How I felt when I first arrived. I had just turned 20, so it was a whole new world really. Like, I didn't know anybody here, I didn't have any connections, I didn't have any support. Fortunately enough, I heard from my near. She called me actually. She let me know that there was, a community here. There were people to talk to, people to go to for questions. I was able to come. There were groups for women, so there was a lot of creative things happening. They used to make tote bags, pillows, small things like that. So that was a place where I could come and be in community with other women. I went on to meet Elliot and all the people there. Just so many people back then that really supported me while I was, going through it. And it was nice to come, to be able to go to a place where you kind of don't feel like the odd man out. You feel like you're amongst people who maybe might not look like you, but have quite similar stories. It was quite nice and it gave me a sense of belonging. I had heard of hosting a couple of years back, but I wasn't very familiar with what it was because of issues that came with my status and my right to be able to find a place and rent it. I was destitute within 24 hours actually. Came to my house and were like, oh, you need to leave because something is wrong with your status. You can't stay here because you don't have the right to rent in the country anymore. It was very scary. It was in the middle of winter again, and I didn't really know what it is that I could do. I didn't know where to go. Thankfully, I was able to go to the Red Cross and let them know the situation that I was in. They spoke to Upbeat, and within literally, I think 48 hours, I was able to meet up with Ainir to have an idea of if I'm going to be able to find a place to stay. I think within less than a week, I was placed. Every time, Upbeat has been a place where it shows up exactly when I needed them the most. When I met my host, she was lovely. The first question she asked me was, what type of ice cream do you like? Made me a cup of tea. It felt just normal, It felt like I had known her for ages and I hadn't. She treated me like how she would treat any other guest she would have in her home. She made me feel super comfortable. She made me feel welcome. I think that my experience with hosting has been that people see the individual. In a lot of cases, it's, oh, you're an asylum seeker, or you're a refugee, you know what I mean? And yes, I am those things, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form embarrassed or anything. I'm very proud of who I am, but I'm not just that. That to me is what has kind of stuck with me the most. And the hosts give you a place to stay. It's not just a room. They're going to talk to you. They're going to check up on you. And for me, it has helped me a lot deal with, all the mental health issues I'm dealing with, because it kind of gives me a routine. It has helped me a lot with my depression. It has helped me with my sense of being quite social again, because I've always been, but at a point where I wasn't. So it kind of, again, brought a sense of normalcy. To a person in my position, that means a lot. In a lot of cases, when you are an asylum seeker, sometimes you find that you become kind of like a pariah in society. You're on the fringes, and sometimes it's hard to kind of find a way to kind of bridge that. And I think that Upbeat plays a huge role bringing them together, or not only bringing asylum seekers together to give them a sense of not being alone. It also kind of create a bridge between that world and, the British societies. I know for a fact where my family and my mother were, they would hope that there were people that were willing to take me in. That's really what hosting is about. We've all gotten lost, for example. We all have something small or big has happened to us where you've needed a total stranger to be there, and you would hope that in a situation where you were down on your luck, no matter how small or big it is, somebody would be there and be willing to help you if they can. Even for me, I hope that in the future I'm going to be able to give back and do that for other people. But I think the biggest thing hosting asks for people is just being humans and seeing ourselves in the next person.